This is the Unit 1B study guide for the quiz, numbers 5 through 8. So we're starting with our vertex form now. The previous question we did standard form. This is now vertex form. And we want to look first for our vertex because that's what we want to put in the middle of our table here. So we have x and f of x. Remember the vertex, to find it, it's inside opposite here. So the opposite of -3 would be +3. And then it's the value outside here, the k outside here, which would be -4. So our vertex is at 3, -4. And we can verify that when we put it into the calculator. So you want to go to the table function and edit. Clear out anything that's there. Put it in exactly as you see it. So 2 times, with that parentheses, x minus 3. Close the parentheses. We're going to square that. Then we have -4. And just push enter a bunch of times and go find that 3. So you can see that when x is 3, that y is -4. And then we can get the other values as well. Remember, we want to go 2 in front and 2 behind this. So when x is 1, y is 4. And when x is 2, y is -2. And then these values will repeat. So now we're going to plot those points. So we're going to plot the point 1, 4. We're going to plot the point 2, -2. We're going to plot 3, -4. We're going to plot 4, -2. And then we're going to plot 5, 4. And again, just do your best here when you draw your parabola and make sure it's got a curve at the bottom, not a V shape. Okay, so now we're ready to answer the question of what is the vertex. We had to actually find the vertex to graph this. So the vertex in this particular graph is this place where it changes direction, which is 3, -4. And then the axis of symmetry, remember the axis of symmetry is that invisible line there at which it divides that parabola directly in half. So that's the equation x equals. And what does x equals? Look at your vertex. X equals 3. The domain is all the set of the x's. So what's the smallest x value it can possibly be? Well, it's still forever going to go to the left, so that would be -infinity. To what's the largest x value that it could possibly be? Well, it's forever going to go to the right, so it's going to be +infinity. The range, however, does have a place where it stops going up or down at. Look, it's got a minimum value here, so y is never going to go past this number 1, 2, 3, 4, -4. So the smallest number it can possibly be is -4, and since it can actually stop at -4, we use the square bracket, but then it's going to travel forever towards that infinity. So we're going to use the curved bracket to say it's approaching infinity. So domain and range. Finally, it says, what's the y-intercept? Well, this one's a little tricky because we don't see it on the graph. We might be able to go here to our table, and we can see on our table that the y-intercept is going to be 0, 14. But let me show you how to do this longhand, just in case it's tricky on the table. So you want to find the y-intercept, which is the y value. So think of it this way, like y equals 2 times x minus 3 squared minus 4. So the y value when x is 0. So we'll plug it in. Y equals 2 times 0 minus 3 squared minus 4. And we clean it up. Y equals 2 times 0 minus 3 is -3. We're going to square that minus 4. Then we do it again. Y equals 2 times -3 times -3, which is what that means when it's squared. -3 times -3 is 9. Then we have minus 4. So now 2 times 9 is 18. Minus 4, so y is 14. So when x is 0, y is 14. So that would be your y-intercept for this function.